Typically when people have small spaces to work with, they tend to go quite minimal. I've really not done that at all. I love paint, I love colour combinations and textures and fabrics. And I've also collected things since I was tiny, so I had to store it in some kind of creative way. I live here with my flatmate Will, who's a musician, and my brother George, documentary filmmaker and master garden designer. We are here in Camberwell, which in my opinion is the best area of London. I've lived here since I was 15 and I've never really left. We bought this flat about 7 years ago and it looked very different to how it does now. So initially the kitchen and sitting room were upstairs, and the bedroom living space was downstairs, and we completely flipped it because we felt like there was nothing nicer than coming out into the garden from your kitchen. I think one of my favourite things about the flat is the fact that when I come down here into this space, I instantly feel a little bit more relaxed coming off the busy streets of London. It's bright and airy and open and light and filled with plants and nature, but also filled with heirlooms and antiques and collections of things which add a bit of warmth and soul. I think that combination is really what creates the magic. There are 3 of us that live here, which is super fun. We've lived together for about 6 years now, which is kind of madness. We're quite fortunate that I'm the only one who works from home, so we're not too much on top of each other. So it means in the evenings and weekends and when we are together, we can really enjoy the space. My brother and I co-own this flat together because obviously buying in London solo is quite tricky. It was an amazing creative collaboration, really. I think if it was just me, I would probably have put a few more things on the walls. George is very into having quite kind of open spaces and big kind of sheets of colour, which actually now I really appreciate and really love. It makes it much more relaxing. When we bought this flat, we obviously had grand visions, quite a small budget and quite a small space to work with. But we knew that we needed a 3rd bedroom and therefore 2 bathrooms. But equally, we love hosting, we love having parties. So it was a real balance and an art to try and fit all of that into one space. One of the things that I think has really made that space is the fact that we've opened up all the stairs. So the stairwell doesn't have this sort of super pokey feeling. And it also means we've been able to be quite savvy at saving storage spaces. Opening up the stairs, as well as being great for creating lots of space, we were able to build in lots of innovative storage. Behind this bench is a huge pull-out filled with camping gear, all the stationery and bits and bobs for my business, and all the things you don't want to see. This is my pantry under the stairs. Absolute love of my life. I spend hours food shopping and organising this pantry. It is pure joy. I've even got a little light switch. I run the Chuffed Store at my kitchen table, but I don't actually hold any stock because all of my makers dispatch directly from their studios. But I do have some treasures that I've collected here in my flat, like this one, which is an amazing patchwork by Slow Progress, made in Sheffield. The name of her brand really reflects her craft. Patchwork is one of the slowest, most meditative, amazing processes. I love this cushion. I love it being such a heritage process, but such a contemporary piece. This masterpiece. We have many one-offs on the Chuffed Store. There's only one of these, and I nabbed it before anyone else could get it. But it's one of the beauties of working with craftsmen is that sometimes there's only ever one in the world. This is my brother's studio where he designs his gardens. You can also see that he's a bit of a master craftsman, stone carver in his spare time. This one's my favourite. I think typically when people have small spaces to work with, they tend to go quite minimal. I've really not done that at all. I love colour, I love paint, I love colour combinations and textures and fabrics. I painted the whole flat myself which was quite a long and painful task. Don't look at the skirting boards or the ceiling. But I treated myself to adventure of choosing all sorts of paint colours to make it a bit more enjoyable. Both of my bathrooms are pretty tiny and neither have any windows or natural light, so we've gone for it and embraced that. They're both pretty bold. This is our holiday themed bathroom, which is Greek taverna blue, so I always feel like I'm on holiday when I'm lying in the bath. And everything on this wall are things that we've collected from travels or remind us of special places that we've been. Upstairs bathroom is long and thin and quite an awkward space, but we've embraced a bit of a wet room vibe, and it's completely tiled with glossy green tiles. The upstairs bedrooms are a lot lighter and brighter. Mine is in the basement and it's pretty small, so I've really embraced that by choosing this kind of terracotta-y colour, which in the summer feels quite Mediterranean and in the winter it feels really cosy and warm. I've also layered up a lot of textiles and kind of really embraced that cosy feeling. This headboard is one of my favourite things in my flat. My sister has an amazing textile business called Tame and Me, and this whole piece of fabric was originally a baby blanket, and it's completely hand-spun fabric, hand-dyed indigo and completely woven. When designing our kitchen, we wanted to make sure that we really kept it incredibly open plan, just to keep that sense of space in our small flat. I built this kitchen for £500, which is something I'm very proud of. We started off with this, which we were given by someone who didn't want it anymore, and it's made in the 1950s old Spitfire factory. So that was quite fun. So that started off the shiny steel. Being a real foodie, I wanted a big posh oven but didn't have the budget, but I went on Facebook Marketplace and got this for £100, which is kind of mad. And then just a simple commercial steel kitchen sink that came in a flat pack box and I put together with a screwdriver, and a nice, not so nice, but silver shiny dishwasher. And I quite like the contrast between one shiny steel strip of kind of practical kitchen with a bit of soulful wooden feasting, hosting contrast. The joy of having such an open plan kitchen and this huge kind of island table in the middle is when we have people over. I can be part of the party too, chopping, preparing and hosting right from here, with friends sitting on the sofa with a drink, people outside in the garden. It's a really sociable space and it's really nice to be able to have lots of people over in a very small flat. Tonight I have some friends over and I'm making a very simple summer salad, and I'm going to nip to the allotment and get a few extra spicy leaves to pimp it up. So this is our allotment. It is so nice to have somewhere to grow food in such an urban place. This is my plot. Don't look too closely, there are a lot of weeds and it's probably very thirsty after this heat wave. I'm going to pick some rocket and maybe a few of my bitter leaves, but they're quite young, so let's see if they're ready. Action. That's for your bloopers. I'm making a kind of nectarine peach salad of sorts. I accidentally got white peaches, so it's all going to be very white, but it will be tasty. I like collecting textiles and tablecloths. This is a fun 70s one. However nice it is, just I enjoy styling things. I quite like it when it doesn't look too perfect. Now it's time to feast and be merry.